All right, here we are again, another podcast. I did a podcast that talked about black men are committed to self-destruction. Didn't come out right. The sound quality was bad. So here we are again with part two of black men are committed to self-destruction. Tune in. I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean by that. Gangsta talk up next. Dame hit it.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9 fest, bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. Shoot the game, going for mine. Alright. And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the reel.
Bang them out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet, bro. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfuck the fame. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, cokies cooking, beats copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the phone in the half. Remy in the glass. Off the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me. Sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator. Squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots. Heating up blocks. Investing in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I get down for mine. You be getting down for this. And you get money, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. You be getting down for hands on the regular. Shit, moving over here. I get down for mine. You be getting down for this. And you get money, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. You be getting down for this. On the regular. Shit, I hear you wanna be a pro. I ain't someplace you back. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this and DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AK. You in a daze, overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy again. My car was a boot smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting blank while these clowns be zigzagging. Once you talk about flipping keys, come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making down for me. I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics that stick in the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the street with techniques and rolling in bleach. Ain't nothing sweet about the street, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. Can't deaf, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for
All right, everybody. Welcome to Gangsta Talk. Let me get that sound check right off the bat. Type of one in the chat if you can hear me. Then let me know if I'm coming through loud and clear.
Coming through loud and clear.
All right, everybody. Well, we're back again. This is a redo of a podcast I did a couple of days ago called Black Men Are Committed to Self-Destruction. I got some feedback on that. Well, and then the sound quality wasn't too good because I was in a bad area, so my connection really wasn't all that up to snuff. So we are doing it over again, and I'm gonna let you know exactly what was said. Well, not exactly, but I've added some things to it since then. All right, let's get started. When we're talking about black men are committed to self-destruction. Now, what is it that you want me to say? I keep getting emails talking about, well, it's not all black men. Well, we know it's not all black men, but ain't nobody going to keep saying not all black men. At some point, you have to understand that we're not talking about all or nobody. Nobody in this world knows everybody. Nobody in this world knows 80 or 90% of the goddamn population of a race. Hell, nobody knows. I don't even know if hell, the people that you may know may add up to what, 0.1%, if that. I mean, even through your lifetime, right? You don't know that many black people. You probably come across a lot of black people in your travels or whatever. You may have said hey or whatever, but you don't know that many black people. Nobody knows 20 million black people. So I wish people would stop saying shit like, well, not all. We know it's not all. How many times nobody's going to keep saying that. At some point, you have to understand we're not talking about all of anyone. What we're talking about is a targeted group of people that are misbehaving. And their behavior is resounding. I'm talking about it's ringing out all over the place. That's who we're talking about. And shout out to Cynthia G. Cynthia G always say a hit dog hollers. So you hollering, you must have been hit. Simple as that. Not going to keep saying not all black men. At some point, you have to understand, I'm not talking about all black men. Of course, all black men ain't effed up. Thank God we're not all effed up. But there is a group of black men, a large group of black men that seem to be growing in numbers, which is sad that they're growing in numbers. Because if they're growing in numbers, then that means a lot of young men from our society is being influenced by these bums. And these bums are absolutely committed to destroying themselves because you've launched this all-out campaign against black women. You are trying to get people to hate black women. You're trying to make black women public enemy number one. Now, you know how I feel about it. You guys are weak. I mean, you are sissies, and you'd probably be better off wearing a dress. I've said before, you may as well just come on out the closet and say the hell with it and start wearing a dress and a blouse and a bra and shit like that. Okay? Now, what gets me is you have brothers, well, males, who seem to think that it's some kind of achievement to outtalk a woman, to argue a woman to the point where she has nothing to say. She has no comeback. Well, if that is the achievement that is important to you, then you are a worthless, non-productive male in our society. And you contribute nothing to modern day life. Now, I won't say that your life is insignificant. Everybody's life is significant. But I would say that your life, you're wasting it. If that is the highlight of your day, to argue a black woman down, if that is your best achievement, if that's what you're looking for so you can get these verbal accolades from the other bums that you roll with, then you are a sad case, a sorry human being indeed. If that is your only pursuit in life, is to argue longer than a black woman can argue. Now, as men, you should be committed to improving your situation, improving your people, and helping your people build infrastructure, helping our people to improve the school system, protecting our women, protecting our children, and building our communities. Now, as a black man, this is what you should be doing. But for some reason, you guys seem to be interested in finding out who's dating who. Who's checking for who? See all this immaturity, who's checking for who? I mentioned before I saw a podcast of a bunch of these sissy bims talking about should a average 9 to 5 brother deserve a petite and fit woman. You see, that kind of logic and that kind of thinking like there shows the world how immature we are and how we think life is a game and how we're not serious about improving ourselves and improving our race. When they hear ridiculous stuff like that, they don't have to take us seriously. We have a big old billboard on our face and chest and body, and we walk around with it, and it says, "Do not take us seriously. Please do not take us seriously." We may be grown men as far as visuals concerned, but mentally we're nothing but children. We have no intention on doing anything that's responsible. We have no intention on growing up. We have no intention on leading our communities. We have no intention on protecting our women and protecting our children. And we damn sure don't have any intention at all whatsoever on taking care of our children. So when you have that kind of mentality, it shouldn't be surprising that we own 0.5% of the wealth in this country, and we don't have any infrastructure. We don't have any places of gainful employment that we've built. We don't have any interest in doing anything that's going to have a. I'm sorry, I'm being interrupted. Dame, take over real quick. I'll be right back. Damn.
Okay, I'm here.
I'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. All right. So yes, black men are on the long game of self-destructive. First, they hate on their women, hate on the children. Yeah. When you're complaining and bitching and moaning about child support, and you playing as little as you possibly can without going to jail, you are hating. I love my children. Yeah, but you're not taking care of them. Okay. Okay, we have all heard about, hey, other women are, non-black women are perfect, black women, ick, bad, no good. Throw them away, tear them up. Okay. And then there's they started it first. They've been dogging black men forever. Excuse you. They've been dogging a black man, or the black man they have had experience with. Not all black men. But hey, if you fit the description of, are you wearing the uniform of the men that they are talking about, then yes, I guess you will be hurt and offended. So you're going to destroy your community. You hate your blackness so much that you are tearing it down. Oh, but it's already on fire. The community is in ruin. Oh, well, yeah. But it ain't destroyed. It got problems. One of them is that none of you Negroes are taking care of your kids. It's the mothers taking care of the kids. Yeah. What, there's 1 out of every 10 men, and I'm being generous, that take care of their kids the right way. Yeah, they're not with the kid's mother, but they involved in their children's life. They make sure their kids are well taken care of, and they're not worried about what the mother is doing. As long as she's taking care of kids, what she do in her own life, as long as it don't mess with the kids, they don't care. I'm not with her. I moved on, so she gonna move on.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Stand by, Dame. I may need your game because I'm having some interactions. Okay, so just be aware. You can go back on mute, but just be alert. All right. So getting back to what I was saying, right? And so we don't have any interest in doing anything worth anything. This is why we're not regarded as anybody who should be respected as black men. I mean, look at the way we treat our women. The way we treat our women alone tells you that we are committed to destroying ourselves because if you get rid of your women, you effectively erase yourself. But apparently, this group of black men or black males don't give a damn about that, or they're either stupid about that, or they're just plain crazy, or all three. Now, this hell bent intent to harm our women has gone past bedtime. And we do have some brothers who are pushing back, like myself, Taz, and others, right? But you can't sit up here and say not all black men or be concerned with not all black men when you should be concerned with the image that these sissy bims, these maniqueers, these phonies in the conscious community, you should be concerned with the image that is out here now about us because of these bums. I said to you before, right? It's pathetic and it's shameful when black men in our society are famous for disrespecting women. What other race on earth will you see men who are revered and respected and have accolades and are famous for disrespecting their native women? Somebody go find that. Somebody go find that guy in another race. You go find me an Asian dude that's revered and respected and renowned for disrespecting Asian women. Find me some Latino dude that's revered and respected and renowned for disrespecting Latino women. I mean, you get the picture, right? We can go on and on. But for some reason, when it comes down to black people in our race, we have black men who are revered, respected, listened to, have accolades, and are famous for disrespecting black women. That's the best we can do. I mean, we have serious problems out here. Our children are being murdered. The school system is nothing but a death trap for our children. A death trap. It used to be a prison to school, a school to prison pipeline. Now it is simply a death trap for our children. And like I said before, because of this pandemic and the way things are now, you have to be insane to send your child to school. I don't care what you have to do. If all you can do right now is give your child a book to read every day, then do that until you can do better. I would not send my child to any public school. I don't give a damn about no European education. If you homeschool your children, your child will accelerate far beyond any school system out here anyway. And we can provide some receipts of that. We have, boys and girls who've been homeschooled and at the age of 13, 14, and 15, already graduated 4-year major universities. Our children excel in those kinds of environments, learning environments. So it's in our best interest to homeschool our children. And we have to stop being crazy anyway, sending our children to institutions ran by our enemy. Understand, those institutions don't exist to further our children. They only exist to keep our children in a subservient position so they can work for other people, so that they never really excel to the top. They're always going to be looking to work for somebody. They're always going to be looking to be under someone else's control. Their destiny is always going to be controlled by someone. Other races don't teach their children the things that we teach our children. You know, work hard, get a job. Other races don't do that. The only people I've seen the other races that do that are the ones who are westernized. The ones who aren't westernized, they don't teach their children that. Hell, Jews don't even teach their children. Jews teach their children how to own, create, manipulate. Our children are running around here like zombies and lunatics because their minds are poisoned with this cesspool of demonic energy that we call hip hop and R&B. I said it before. If you have hip hop and R&B in your house, you have children, you are hurting your children now. Hip hop and R&B is nothing anymore that our children should be listening to. It is completely corrupted and saturated with demonic energy. And music has a strong influence on a person's mind. I know, because I come out of an era where our music influenced us to love our women. I grew up with songs of love, black love, where men sung about loving women and women sung about loving their men. So that had a heavy influence on me. This is one of the reasons why I have this mentality now, and why, excuse me, and why I love black women so much. So music does have an influence. This crap that they call hip hop now is absolute demonic, and you don't want your children listening to it. Look at the characters. Look at the characters, right? That are perpetuating hip hop now. They're all psychotic. They all have all kinds of crazy stuff going on. 12 and 13 colors in their hair. Some of them are androgynous. They're also starting to promote homosexuality. All they talk about is death, murder, death and murder. They don't talk about anything positive. And we have to understand something as black people. We're not in a winning position. We are in a losing position. So we can't afford to be celebrating people like Meek Mills. I see people talking about, well, you know what? Meek Mills is trying to do good and somebody trying to pull him down. What the F do we give a damn about that for? We have serious, I don't know if anybody understands. We have serious problems. Our children and women are being murdered. And a large percentage of the hands that are murdering them are black hands. I don't give a damn about Meek Mills or anybody in the goddamn hip hop industry or the who gives a damn about? We got serious problems. Why are we doing podcasts about Meek Mills and Cardi B and other people? Fuck these people. They aren't doing anything to help our children. When did Meek Mill speak out about the murder of our women and children? Are any of these so-called rap stars, right, coming out to the forefront saying, hey, I denounce what's going on in the community. Black men have to stop this. We have to get together. Our women and children are being murdered. What rap artist or R&B artist has come out and stood against what's going on right now with our women and children? And I don't want to hear about they don't know about it. I mean, you would have to be blind, deaf, and dumb not to see and hear what's going on. I mean, I was in a back chat with the Lady Knight. We just came across another article. They just found some young sister's remains. Alexis Murphy, beautiful young sister, murdered in cold blood. But yet we want to talk about what the F Meek Mills is doing or what Takashi 6ix9ine is doing. Man, the F with those people. They over there in the devil's house anyway. What the hell has that got to do with us? They over there with Satanists and drinking blood and rituals and all that crazy mess over there. Having sex with having sex with each other and doing all kinds of disgusting and perverted sexual acts towards one another. What does that have to do with us? We are black people who have to understand that we are all each other have. And we have to start looking to each other to work together, to help each other, so we can rise up out of this chaos. To hell with Meek Mills, to Takashi 6ix9ine, and any of these other punk ass artists. They aren't doing anything to help us. Somebody said something about Dr. Dre. We give a fuck about that. Dr. Dre don't give a damn about us. Puff Daddy don't give a damn. Why are we talking about Kanye West? Why are we wasting our time and energy on these people? All this shit going on out here with our women and children. I haven't seen one of these damn artists come out talking about, hey, the murder and the killing of our women and children has to stop. I'm ashamed to be a black man right now because I done seen countless situations where black men have murdered their children, murdered their wives, and murdered their girlfriends and their mothers. What artists do you see doing that right now? Or anything even remotely close to that? I haven't seen shit. Now, if you know of someone, let's talk about it. Throw it in the chat. Bring it up in the chat. But I haven't seen shit. So what do we care about them? They don't give a damn about us. People talking about, oh, will you come up with a contract for Black America? What about a contract about these lunatics murdering our women and children? I can't be the only one that's concerned about this. Taz can't be the only one concerned about this. Shout out to Taz Exclusive anyway, my brother. But we can't be the only ones concerned about what's going on. There has to be more brothers getting involved. This is serious. Our women and children are being murdered. An impossible environment has developed right before our eyes to where our women can't even do something as simple as get into their cars and go to the grocery store. That is problematic. And that is on us to correct. But when you have a large contingent of black males that are trying to wipe our women out, who are committed to destroying themselves and the rest of us, then that is a contingent that needs to be dealt with. So when I say black men are committed to self-destruction, they are the ones who I am talking about. And I'm no longer going to answer anybody who says, well, it ain't all black men. I don't want to hear that. I said before, nobody is talking about all of anyone. And if you're coming at me with this, not all black men, then you must have been one of them damn dogs that got hit and you're hollering. Shout out to Cynthia G. Okay? Well, come at me with this shit. And don't tell me no shit about, well, what about the black men? Nigga, the black men are the ones causing the damn problem. What the fuck are you talking about? The male that murdered that girl his brother and those five children, which three of them was his, that was a black male. The male that put a hole through that sister's face the size of a softball and murdered her mother in cold blood, that was a black male. And we can go on and on. I can bring the Lady Knight in here and she can tell you how many articles that we don't went over in the back chat about black males murdering black women and murdering their children. The fool that shot his 3-year-old child 3 times with every intention on murdering that child was a black male. So what the fuck are you talking about? Well, why are you only talking about the black men? Because that's who I should be talking about right now. That's why I'm only talking about the black men. That's who I should be talking about right now. I don't want to hear this shit about, well, you talking about black on black. You goddamn right. It's black on black crime because it has to be dealt with. All this turning a blind eye to what's going on. Oh, so we supposed to just ignore, right? These fucking lunatics running around in our community, terrorizing our women, murdering our children, murdering our women and their mamas. If it wasn't for a 12-year-old soldier to be, we would have lost another elderly black woman. A 12-year-old hero defended his grandmother and smoked one of the people that broke into his house and one who shot his grandmother. 12 years old, went and got a gun and started spraying. Dame, come in and I'll be right back.
Yeah, 12 years old. Actually, he got him in one shot. The Negroes took off running. Show how cowardly they are. They shot that poor woman for nothing. There was no reason. But she's okay. She's okay. But she got shot in the leg though. But still, she got shot. Yeah, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. You think when the ladies that be talking about you dudes be talking about uh um the women that got killed by their husbands, boyfriend, man, exes, that they were exaggerating? Oh no, shoots. I have to keep shutting down my news break notification because I get hit left and right. Right now, my phone would be dinging, dinging, dinging off the lit from news article that pops up all over the place. And it's not just the United States. These incidents go over across into other countries. I picked up articles that the UK had picked up from us. Well, from the news. Some of it I got from UK's and European and other Australia, other countries. So there's not no exaggeration, or it was just one or two crazy dudes. It's like that one or two crazy dudes making all these single mamas. No, it's too many of too many, and you guys are feeding this with this rhetoric. Y'all have with hating black women. Okay, you mad at black women? Okay, you're mad. But why are you mad at all of us? We had nothing to do with whatever happened to you to make you mad. It's not our fault, whatever situation you in. You mad at a woman or a couple of women or a few women that you came into contact with. Okay, be mad at them. Leave the rest of us out of it. Stop painting us all with the same brush as that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And y'all going, but black women do it too. No, 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 no. Let's get this straight. Yes, black women been saying it here, but they talking about a man, their ex-man, the man they had experience with. They ain't talking their dad is no good, their grandfather's no good, their brother's no good, their sons are no good. They ain't saying that. They just talking about a man, the last man, the ex-man, the baby father that is doing all kind of crazy stuff. Okay, child support. You don't want to pay child support. Okay, the moment the woman come up to you and say, "I'm pregnant," start making your child support arrangements right there. I'm going to be paying this amount every month until the child is 18 or 20 or away in college. Oh yeah, because if they're away in college, yeah, your money's going to be going towards college. Okay. Well, it depends on what state. I don't know. Some states. Oh, but then by that time, the money is going directly to the child. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. Yeah. So, but no, you one of that baby ain't mine and stuff like that. How could that happen? Weren't you on the pill? Oh my goodness! If I hear another dude say, "Weren't you on the pill? What happened to your birth control?" Or whatever, instead of, "Hey, I wore a condom. I have some doubts." But you did sleep with her. You slept with her without a condom. Hey, it's yours. Start paying hospital bills, the diapers, the formula. Go see about the mother every day. See if she's taking care of herself, doing things right. Get involved. When the child is born and stuff like that, and uh, makes 1 year old, start. I want my child to know me, my peoples, all that. Okay. Well, I didn't want no children. Okay, the child is here. Somewhere down the line, somebody probably didn't want you neither, but yet you here. They still found a way to take care of you, and love you. Nobody's prepared to be a parent. We're all running scared up in here. Just that some of you guys have walking away. Okay, so she may have given up on you, but still she needs help. So what? She goes to the government. That's when your behind gets put on child support. When she has to go to WIC, food stamp, welfare, depending on how bad the situation had gotten. She need housing and stuff like that. Oh, the government is gonna get its money. Y'all know about the IRS. If that ain't clue how far government will go to get its money, then nothing will. Well, they're gonna go the same way. Who's the father of the child? She's either gonna have to give that information, otherwise they're not gonna give her enough to take care of the child, or they'll give her that one time. And then if she wants to continue, they gotta have all the information. And it'd be like, well, why can't she lie? Okay, what's she gonna lie? Say it was immaculate conception. She was a virgin when she conceived. Mm-hmm. Okay. Family keeping me up to date on COVID stuff. Okay. The pills tied to, she didn't tell me. or she didn't let me sick of niggas. Oh yeah, welfare housing. Okay, somebody's gonna pay the bill or go to jail. Exactly, Hassan. So it's gonna be you. Oh, what she gonna lie about? She gonna say she been raped? Okay, let you lie about rape. Then they're gonna want to do with why didn't you report it? Then they're gonna immediately start proceeding to report as rape, and who she gonna say raped her? Give a description of. So, what would you rather be, child support or be reported as a rapist? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a big whopping lie. No, no, no. Easier to just tell the truth. You're gonna remember the truth. Lie, you gotta keep track of. Y'all should know that by now. Because I think quite a few of y'all has lied in your relationship. You know, okay, yeah. In fact, I think a few of y'all lying now. You know, but hey, I don't know y'all. I can't track y'all down and prove that y'all liars. But let's just say you have selective memory. And yeah, selective memory. Okay, no, no. Oh yeah, I forgot. No sympathies for the y'all liars. I think y'all lying. I believe y'all lying. You know what? Y'all lying. Black women are not all these evil things y'all keep trying to make us be. Black women are good mothers, but they can be overwhelmed. They can be more than they can handle, even with just one child. I've seen mothers break down with just one child, especially if you're trying to juggle work, child care, and schooling. And then if you have a support system, does she have parents or siblings, or a community that can help her out? People she can turn to when she needs help, like babysitting, daycare, somebody that can give her some ideas and stuff like that. Does she have that? She don't have that. She's gonna break down a whole lot faster. But do you dudes care about that? No, y'all don't care about that. No. All I care about is my money. She put me on child support. Yeah, black women are beautiful. No matter what her size or shape. It just everybody has variance in their likes and dislikes. But just because you don't think what she packaged that is nice looking, don't mean nobody else will. Just she ain't your type. Move on. You can't dictate what another man may or not like. Mm-hmm. Yep. Um. Let's see. Um. She's fake because she wears hair. She wear wigs. She wear tracks, extension, all that. Why are y'all so care about so much about a woman? Say, okay, you don't want a woman that wears a wig, a track, stuff like that. Instead of trying to make women stop, just go for the women that don't wear that. But I know what it is. Y'all think all that costs a lot. And that's why I keep saying, well, go natural. Black women need to go natural. That's because you think natural means free. No, 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 no. There's a lot more work to take care of natural hair than it is for processed hair. Each of them have their work. Each of them have their expensive. But that don't mean it's like, oh, how did I get in here? Okay, look, y'all destroying your community by y'all dogging out black women like that, especially in public areas. Um, y'all making it like all black women are 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 something that they are not. Just because you and your fellow weirdos, sissies, crybabies, misfit. Okay, I'm gonna stop making names. Dust bunnies. Okay, that was the last one. I had to get that one out. Um, have an issue with a black woman don't mean we all that. We yeah, okay. So you had a problem with one in HR not giving you a handout, or she helped you get the job, but she's riding your back for some reason. Probably because if she recommended you and you ain't on your P's and Q's, okay, she's on a power trip, so to say. Nah, it's just that she knows something you don't know. You represent every black man in that job. And if you are showing a negative side of black men, every future black man that comes forward for a job is tarred with that brush. That's the way the dominant society, that's the way this society, white society is, since they are doing a lot of hiring until we get our crap together and have our own businesses and hire our own people and stuff like that. We under the dictations of another group. Yeah, and what you do does reflect us, just like what we do reflect y'all. So we got to be on our P's and Q's at work. So do you, because you're gonna make it hard for the next person, the person behind the person. Since you care so much about your fellow man, you reaching back for him and stuff like that. You gotta understand. You gotta be on top of your game with the job. If you find that job does not work for you, don't burn no bridges. Just politely give you 2 weeks notice. Tell the sister, thank you for helping me get this job, but this job and me is not going to work. So I'm giving my 2 weeks notice and letting it go before I do damage. That way you can pull in another brother who this job fit. Yeah, they matter girls being girls. Yep, yep. Sorry. You know. Yeah, I don't know why they care about that much. One time I heard a man complaining about makeup is that when he kisses or he hugs a woman, her makeup gets on him and his clothes. That's the only thing I ever heard about in my growing up years of a man having an issue with the women makeup. And then he knows, hey, that special occasion, he got used to it. You know, you're like he'll either pull back, it's like no 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 no, or he just accept that it's just gonna be. Yeah, yeah. So they have no understanding because hey, they don't really work their hair like that. But yet, let us our hair don't be on point. Oh, they be jumping up and down, like see, she ain't taking care of herself. You know, um. But this is about women being women. This is women across the board. Let you tell your Becky not to dye her hair or put a perm in her hair, do whatever she does with her hair, you know, or that she should grow her hair out when she likes it short, or she should shorten it up when she likes it long. Mm-hmm. Same thing with all others. They'd be, why are you so much in my hair? They'd be looking at you sideways. In fact, I think we should start looking at you guys sideways. Why are y'all so much into our hair? Are y'all trying to say y'all gay? You know, nails. Only time I ever heard a man mention nails is his wife fell in love with them claw looking fake nails. He didn't care for it, but he got used to it. Eventually, it didn't phase him anymore. But you know, it bothered him a little bit the first time, but he liked it the way she felt when she had the nails, and he liked the the being a recipient of her happiness and her confident attitude. It was he got over it. Okay, but still then he had to think about it for a moment. How did he really, really feel about it? You know, because they don't think about it 24/7. They got work to do. Long as her nails don't interfere with whatever she's doing and stuff like that, or a health hazard, they don't care. That's women's stuff. I ain't worried about women's stuff. Is it costing me too much to pay for it? Well, then we have a talk and say, okay, we're not going to be able to do this all the time, you know. But it's usually about the cost. It's not about you know, what she like, and very seldom then, because women who are married, they know how their budget is. More often than not, they don't blow. They very organized about money. If they get their hair and nails done every day, then that means they can afford to get her hair done every day. Okay, we're gonna run the guys off. We start talking about all this hair stuff. Uh, okay. I sorry, I got a little distracted there. Don't let them be single moms taking care of themselves, getting their hair done, shopping, treating themselves. These dudes be like, the money ain't going towards the child. Okay, okay. Is your child starving? Does your child look like he or she's not getting food? Does your child not clothed? Uh-huh. If the child and the mother have to move every month because she ain't paying the rent? Let me see. Yeah, is the child seeing the doctor on the regular? Doctors, dentists, whatever. Is the child going to school? If the child's going to school, is the child properly clothed? Hair properly combed and did? Okay, then if none of that's happening, trust me, your money, whatever little bit you giving, or full amount, if for those of you who pay, who know how to take care of their kids, what are you concerned about her hair, nails, and clothes? No, 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 no. You way too interested. That means you have a personal interest in it, and you worried about her getting another man. Not worried about is your child getting fed. You don't believe it? Go to Okay. Say you believe that's true, but deep down you really believe that that's what is being done. Why are you not going to child protective service? Why are you not going to child support agency? Said, I don't believe she's using the money to take care of the child. I need to see the receipts that she's actually using it to take care of the child. No, 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 no. Y'all don't do none of that, because I bet you there's receipts for every one of them things. No, what you're crying about, you just in a group of guys. She's using my child support money to get her hair and nails done. Dude, dude, you know how pathetic you sound. That's turned private detective. Shoot, if you don't watch out, dude, you're gonna be arrested for stalking. What you mean? You saw her getting her hair done at the beauty shop. That beauty shop, so and such a beauty shop. Oh, wait a minute, that beauty shop is in this area. Why would you need to be in that area of town? You know? The nail shop? Oh, you saw her at the shopping plaza getting nails done? Are you certain she was getting her nails done? Was she in the shop? Oh, you saw her walking out with the little in between the toes things when she got the pedicure on the flip flops? Okay, dude. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Bill. Why don't you go to court to get full custody with proof of her evil deeds? Yeah, you get full custody. You don't have to pay child support because the child be with you. You're gonna be taking care of the child. In fact, I think she should let you have full custody. You know, and when they do child support, no, go ahead, let them have full custody, and you be the weekend mom, and let him see how hard it is. But that's what they're afraid of. They know that if they was to ask for full custody, that a lot of them women would be like, yeah, go ahead, take him or her, yeah, full custody. I'll see you on the weekend. Bye bye. See you Friday evening, and that'll be a wrap. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, but just know that whenever you go to the barber shop, or you go to the barber shop, or you go out on a date, it'd be like, my child support is going to him getting his hair cut, and him spending my money on some other woman instead of taking care of the child. Oh yeah, yeah. Go to grandma's house. Yeah, yeah. That ended up would have happened. Mm-hmm. Be like, well, I gotta work. Yeah, but you supposed to be taking care of the child, not your mama. Actually, mama probably get fed up and he'll have the child back as soon as he get off of work. In fact, mama probably be at his house. That way he can't disappear. Right? Half of the room and board is not provided for the mother. It's half if basic needs for the child. Not like there's a college fund or trust. They're not leaving a will or anything behind. No. Yeah, and I seen knew a good guy in my day quit a job, went to jail, was happy to stay in jail for a whole year because he didn't want to pay child support. How no good do you think you gotta be to quit a perfectly good job and sit in jail just because you don't want to pay child support? I thought that type of dude was anomaly, Ano- anomaly. Okay, was something that very seldom happened, but since I've been on YouTube, I'm beginning to think that there is a whole bunch of them. Yeah, they're all in the manosphere and the sissy bins and the red pillars. That's what I'm beginning to think. Oh well, this is a big country. If you take every anomalous, crazy dude from every part of the country, oh, let's see, we got 50 states, and it should be like one in each town, maybe. I guess it would fit about how many guys are in the manosphere, the red pill, and the cis bins category. Except for the ones that's too old to know anything about technology. You know, the ones that kind of created some of the rest of them. Yeah. Okay. So, oh. Okay. So, so, all right. Okay. Oh yeah, acting spiteful. You know what the tripped out part about that particular dude I was talking about? It wasn't his girlfriend idea to have a baby. It was his idea. He said he wanted to have a baby. He's the one that refused to put the condom on. He's the one that snuck and took it off a few times. He's the one that begged her, to have a baby with him. And then when she's pregnant, at first he was okay, but once the baby was here, oh, it's like, oh, that baby ain't mine. You know, I'm not the father that child. You're the only one she slept with. She's the only one she was involved with. No, she loved you. She didn't see no other dude. So I was amazed. He stopped helping. It was getting harder for her because her job wasn't enough, you know. So she got her own wick, you know, to help with the baby, and then food stamps. And then eventually she ended up having to move into government housing. As I said, she didn't file child support on him. She figured he just got scared and he would turn around over time because he was still working at that time. No, that's when we found out that when you apply for stamps and stuff like that, the food stamp and WIC and all them programs, that's when they file. And they were like, who's the father of this child, blah blah blah, you know. And she didn't know any better. She never been on food stamp or WIC or anything before. So she's just thinking she's just giving them basic information. And she didn't want to be one of them girls who didn't know who the father of her child is. She was that innocent or naive. Oh well, y'all decide. And next thing you know, he's screaming and hollering at her. You filed child support on me? What? No, I didn't file child support. The hell you did? I got this letter, blah 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 blah. Well, F on you and blah blah blah. Okay, I don't want to say all the stuff he said because he did it at the job, and so we were all witness to this. It's like you effing lying. You be and it said, here's the letter right, here's proof. You lying me. I didn't file child support. And one of the girls said, wait a minute, didn't you say you went on WIC and you did the food stamp and you and now you into the government housing? Well, yeah. Well, they automatically file. What? Yes, they automatically file. Didn't they they didn't tell you that to get the rest of the amount you had to give the name of your the father of your child and all that? Well, yeah, but I just thought they just to make sure all information, matched and stuff, all that stuff, and said, nah, that's so they can file child support. See, I knew it. You ignorant. He just was going off. So he was like, well, F you. I'm not going to pay child support. I don't even know if the child is even mine, which really hurt her, And the next thing you know, we hear about he quit his job, and when he didn't make his payment, they arrested him. And he's like, "You can't get. I don't have no job." And it's like the minimum is, and he stayed in jail. He'll be out for a while, and next he said you might as well keep me here, and he ended up staying a whole year in jail for not paying child support. Yeah, I was like, dang. Yeah, and she got hurt. But I really learned all the details about, it was his idea. He persuaded her to. He wanted to have a child and all of this stuff. He wanted to leave a piece of himself behind because he's talking all that noise that he might not live to, let's see, wait a minute, to be 25 or some kind of story he told her. And if you love me, you will have my baby. All kind of stuff like that. But anyway, let's get back to how this, because of, okay, your hatred, uh, 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 and your vitriol against black women has spilled out into YouTube. We got a whole bunch of uh, young men coming behind you that's being influenced by this. You know, they mad, at maybe their moms, or maybe a girlfriend or an ex girlfriend. Um, but they would eventually have gotten over. But because y'all feeding them all this that, hey, it's not gonna get any better, it's gonna be worse, blah blah blah. No, all black women's no good and stuff like that, and that they and all of that, that we need to die, and that you want to see us in the pool of our own blood, stuff that y'all been doing, and that black women shouldn't get our protection and all that other stuff. You So now you got a bunch of young men who are just looking as an excuse to jump on black women, just like y'all do on y'all panels. Get one black woman, she come in to state or her opinion, or to correct something that's incorrect, or whatever reason. Y'all jump on her like a pack of dogs. It's not one on one, because a black woman can hold her own one on one, but then she got to do two of y'all, then there's three of y'all, then there's four. The next thing you know, is 5 or 6 Negroes going in on her on a panel. Now put that out on the street. Take that attitude and put that out in the street. Now you got a a 5 or 6, 3 or 4, whatever case, she's been outnumbered by these young men, and they beating on her, trying to stomp her down, bite out her eyebrows. We have teenage boys jumping on teenage girls. Not 1, 2, 5. The biggest one I've seen was 15. One girl, 15 boys stomped one girl. Okay, you yeah, and because, what do you guys do when you hear about this? Instead of, no, this is not what we should be doing as black men and stuff like that. This is not what I meant. I just was angry. Instead of saying all that, instead of condemning these actions, oh no, y'all high-fiving, y'all congratulate, want to buy a beer. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and so you got a generation of black young men who hate black women, and that hatred ain't necessarily coming from them. They feeding off of yours. They feeding off of your anger. Yeah, they have some anger, you know, but eventually they would have got over it and they would to dealt with it. But no, they feeding off of your anger. And since you ain't got over something, you got 20, 30, 15, 10 years worth of anger that you never dealt with or let go of, or you just piled up on. As soon as something else happened, or you get in it with another one, you pile it on top of that one, and you piling and piling instead of getting rid of some of the anger and letting it go. They are feeding off of your anger, so they trying to deal with 10, not just 1 year, a month, a few years. They turn about decades of anger against a black woman into all black women, and they channeling it out to any black woman they run across. It got to the point where black women are afraid to give their real name, are afraid to, are trying to find a way to turn down a man's invitation to whatever, whether it's buy her alcohol or out on a date or off for coffee, whatever. Because for whatever reason she ain't interested. Either she got a man, she's dealing with stuff in her life, she's not ready for that kind of situation, or she just ain't interested. You gotta find a nice way to do it, which is another way of doing it without either having the man stalk her or thinking that she feels that she's too above him and stuff like that. No, yeah. So she has to either lie by her name, find a way, walk her on eggshells. Whenever a man asks her out, she's tensing up because she's kind of cringing because she don't know this person and how he's going to respond. Can she say thank you, but no, and thank you, I'm not interested, and be able to walk away, go about her business without either being afraid he's going to stalk her, stump her, or outright shoot and kill her? You know, she can't go do shopping anymore. You know, we got young girls coming up that are afraid to date. They are afraid of dealing with the men, the boys that they do not know, because they don't know how they're going to respond to a no thank you or turning down an invitation. If she lucky, if she's really lucky, he's a man. It'd be like, okay, and move on. If she's somewhat okay, he'll call her some names and leave her alone. It's not nice, but it's better than being stalked, being attacked and stomped, being raped, or being outright killed. You getting women that's getting comfortable with being cursed out because that means, it might mean that, okay, he cursed me out, he called me all kind of names, I can deal with that as long as he don't do any of this other stuff. But basically they don't want to do it. They associate having a boyfriend with becoming a baby, or a man with becoming a baby mama. They don't want to become that. So, they're not dating at all. So, you know what happens? No dating, no courting, no relationships, no marriage, no children. The long game is we will slowly go extinct because we can't come together as a people because the men start hating the women, and the women getting tired of being dogged out and attacked. Stop taking interest in the men, wash their hands of it. So pretty soon there will not be any black people because it takes a black man, black woman to make black people, black children. Continue on. Oh yeah, black men are going to these other ethnic groups, but they're just create mixed kids, kids who are not one or the other, are trying to be one or the other. Confusion, you know. Okay. Hey Max, you back?
Okay, I'm back.
Uh
Sorry about that, y'all. I had a some serious business to take care of.
huh.
Okay, Jane, where we at? Bring me up to speed.
I was talking about the long game of by black men saying all this rhetoric that have it got to the point where the women are afraid of having relationships with a man, and eventually no relationship on both sides. There'll be no more black children and no more black people.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let me get back on topic because I wasn't finished.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you, Dave, for holding it down. All right, so let me get back to what I was saying before I had to go. Um, I was talking about black men being committed to self-destruction, and a big problem, a big part of that is what's happening to our women. Um, for some reason, these guys don't understand that the women are the most important people in our society. Without our women, we have nothing, and we have no one. They don't seem to care about that. They seem to think that they have some kind of lifeline somewhere waiting to save them in case black women just disappear. We're talking about guys who have the maturity of a 13-year-old, but they're 45, they're 50, they're 35, 38, 39. And this is problematic because these are the men who are supposed to be leading us the most. The older brothers, the ones who have the experience. But we have brothers who are supposed to have this experience in leadership doing videos about rap stars, doing videos about R&B stars. You know why they're doing that? Because they've given up on us. They've completely sold out. They on some, if you can't beat them, join them. And they seem to think that they have a comfortable spot underneath the master's boot because they're not even on top of the boot licking the boots anymore. They're under the boot. And they seem to be happy with that. They seem to be happy with being the ground that the master treads on. And for them, and for their so-called undying loyalty to the master, they're trying to make themselves available in the eyes of the master. They're trying to make themselves superstars in the eyes of the master by going after the most important person in our entire race, which is the black woman. You think other races of men don't know who the black woman is and don't know that she gives birth to the strongest man on earth? Well, that man is now completely confused and messed up and screwed up. But the black woman has not lost the ability to give birth to strong men. And they know that. So she remains a threat. See, she is the real threat. See, black men are walking around here thinking that white people and other people are afraid of them. Not afraid of you. Look at what they're doing to you. Why would they be afraid of you if this is what they can do to you? Why would they be afraid of you if they can brainwash you into doing what they want? Why would they be afraid of you if they can turn you against your own woman and your own children? Why would they be afraid of someone that they can absolutely control? They're not afraid of you. You don't put any fear in anybody's heart, at least not anymore. Maybe you did back in the 60s when the brothers were willing to put themselves in harm's way to protect their women and children, even their fellow comrades. But you don't have that image anymore. You don't have that to fall back on. No one is afraid of you. As a matter of fact, people are laughing at you. They're laughing at us. The person that they are afraid of is the black woman. See, because they can get rid of all of you. The black woman can have a black child with just about anybody. Eventually, her genes will dominate over a period of time. And we're going to do a show about who determines the sex of the father, because y'all seem to be confused about that too. You seem to think that the father determines the sex of the child. Well, he doesn't. As a matter of fact, the father's sperm has nothing to do with the sex of the child, period. All that happens within the black woman. The black woman body determines and controls what the sex of the child is, and we're going to have a show where we're going to hammer that out once and for all and show you what determines the sex of the child. It has nothing to do with the man's sperm. A lot of pseudo information running around here where you guys think that you're some kind of, backyard intellectuals, calling yourselves scholars, even though you've never really completed any kind of a scholarship program or any kind of schooling to give you the credentials of a real scholar. Because you read a few articles and you listen to people like Chief Holiday with all this BS, and you can regurgitate some of this nonsense. You walk around here calling yourself scholars when you really don't know anything. You don't know anything about yourself. You don't know anything about your biology. You don't know anything about the woman that you've turned against, because if you did, you'd be trying to protect her with your life. So it's obvious you know nothing about her. And so no one's afraid of you. They are afraid of the black woman. That's who they are afraid of. That's who they ultimately want to get under control. That's who they ultimately want to deal with, not you. They have no interest in you. They can control you, and they prove that day in and day out. You Negroes are running around here doing what white supremacists are doing. As a matter of fact, white supremacists are on some kind of holiday because you Negroes done took their place. Y'all running around here like mindless KKK members and Aryan Nation members and white biker boy groups. Y'all are doing that now. Y'all are the ones who are terrorizing your neighborhood. The terror in the neighborhood does not have a white face on it. It has a black face on it. Need I remind you, the brothers who committed those heinous crimes, or the males, were black. And that's just a small portion. We got article after article, incident after incident that we go over every day in the back chat. Me and the Lady Knight get to the point where we get sick of looking at this stuff. So right now I'm being nice about it. If I have to pull all those receipts, I will. You should be concerned about your image as a black man right now. It's absolutely terrible. And if it continues this way, it will probably be non-existent. You guys think that's funny. It's not funny when you can't take your ass anywhere without getting lit up like a Christmas tree. Or you can't go anywhere, even with you cooning, it's not going to work. Now we have our children out here getting lit up. Toddlers are getting lit up now by other black males. And you guys are making videos about nonsense. Nonsense. Like there's nothing going on out here. Like there is nothing happening to us. And you're perfectly fine with it. Because, again, many of you seem to think you have a lifeline elsewhere. And you don't. You seem to think that you're the big bad black man of the 60s, and you're not. And you seem to think you seem to think that you are what counts out here. You don't count out here. And so that we're clear, it is the black woman that counts. You no longer count. Because the moment that you decided to give up your manhood, compromise your sexuality, and go against your women and children, you gave up your status in black society as somebody to be reckoned with, somebody to stand up and be counted, someone to be feared, someone to be followed. You are no longer that guy. So don't come at me talking about some, well, not all black men. I don't want to hear that shit. Instead of coming at me saying some shit like that, why don't you come at me talking about, well, you know what, my brother, why can't, let's try to get something going. Let's try to see if we can get some of this shit turned around. You guys won't even do something as simple as try to put your heads together and try to find a way to straighten things out. I threw out some simple situations that you have in your control right now that you can do to start protecting your women and children. I said, listen, when you're outside and you're at the malls and stuff like that, hang around. Make sure the black women get to their cars okay. The ones who are struggling with children. Keep an eye on them. Help some of the sisters out. Start protecting. These are things that you can do right now. These are things that's within your power right now. If you start doing that and you start getting used to protecting your women on a small scale, that mentality will start to grow. It will strengthen. It's like watering a plant. And you'll get to that point to where you're very protective of your women and children, like we used to be back in the 60s and 70s. I've mentioned before several times, when I was growing up, black women couldn't go anywhere by themselves. Even a grown woman, my mother, aunties could not go anywhere by themselves. They were that protected. There was always a man in chaperone. There was always a man in tow, making sure they got home all right, making sure they got to and from all right. That was always going on. My sisters couldn't go out that house without one of their brothers or two or three of their brothers. My parents didn't care what they were doing. They could not go anywhere without one of their brothers. And back then, the fathers raised the boys to be tough, teaching us how to fight. We used to box all the time. So we were tough. We were ready to get down. We could handle up. So we were well equipped to protect the women. So you guys are weak. You can't handle up. That's why you shoot each other like animals, because you have no courage. You have no heart. You're weak and you're coward. That's why you've become used to taking each other's lives, because you're not man enough to face another man. And in doing so, You've created a very violent environment. And the absentee father thing has created monsters. Children who have grown into absolute monsters with no guidance of fathers. Monsters. And you want to blame the black woman for trying to do the best she can to raise all of these kids. Let me explain something to you. She's just a human being like the rest of us. She can't do everything. You seem to think that she can do everything and she should do everything all the time and you should do nothing. That's not the way it works. You have a responsibility to the children that you help create. You have a responsibility to take care of those children. Excuse me. You have a responsibility to take care of these children. And now we're starting to see glimpses of the black woman breaking down because she's overwhelmed. She's tired. You can't be the super breadwinner, the parent, keep the roof over the head, working 2 jobs, doing everything, taking a child here and there. It's going to take its toll after a while where there's no help around. And we're starting to see glimpses of that. And that's your fault because you've allowed this to happen. You've allowed this to get to this point. And you won't do anything about it because you're too scary of an individual to do anything about it. It's going to take a brave man and brave men to deal with this situation. And you guys do not measure up. You do not qualify. And because you do not measure up, nor do you qualify, you have absolutely no right to say anything to the black woman. Because you do not raise a finger to protect her. You do not raise a finger to help her with the children. You do not raise a finger to help her at all. You do not raise a finger to be a father. So there's absolutely nothing you can tell her. You have no right to say anything to her. You have no right to ask her for a submission. You have no right to ask her for a damn thing. You have not earned anything to be asking for something. When you have earned something, then you have the right to ask. And if you earn it, you wouldn't have to ask. So stop all of this. You want the black woman to submit. You haven't earned that. You have no right to say nothing to her because you don't lift a damn finger to help her in any kind of way. And you're too cowardly to protect her. So you have no credit in the bank. The next time you go and try to use that credit card, it's going to get cut in half because it's invalid. So miss me with all of this. You want the black woman to submit and all that. It's not going to submit to you. There's nothing to submit to. There are no men who are available for her to submit to. Well, let me say that again. Let me say it this way. There's not enough men who are available for her to submit to, for her to willingly give herself to. You guys have earned nothing. Therefore, you ask for nothing. You have no right to ask her for anything, nor do you have any right to even suggest, forget about telling, but even suggest that she do something. You don't have that right because you haven't earned it. You understand? I said to you guys before, and you don't understand what I mean when I say submission from a woman is an act of manhood. You got to be a man before a woman will willingly give herself to you. You can't be no sissy bim, no manners queer, where she look at you and can't tell the difference of whether you're a male or a female. She's not going to submit to some drag queen or some cross dresser or some sissy boy trying to out argue her, trying to show her that you're more feminine than she is. A black woman, a heterosexual black woman, straight black woman, is never going to submit to an emotional, effeminate male because she's not gay. You might be able to get a lesbian to do that, but a heterosexual black woman, no chance. She's not interested in other women. Believe that. She's only attracted to strong men. Men, not girly men, not men who wear high heel boots, not men who wear lipstick and makeup and what is it, eyelashes and shit. All kinds of bright and fluffy colors, like you some kind of pink poodle or some kind of psychedelic, stuffed animal. Not interested in all that because she's not gay. So you won't appeal to her. You won't be attractive to her. Okay? Now you might be able to get you a butch or something. She may be interested. Since you acting like a girl and all. So your commitment to self-destruction is amazing. You continue to run around here blind to the fact that you are hell-bent on destroying yourself. A lot of you always want to talk about Malcolm X, but Malcolm X knew what it was. The Nation of Islam knows what it is. You see all of them women in the Nation of Islam? You think they don't get it? And those women are protected. I dare you to go try to mess with a Nation of Islam female and find out what, and you'll see what them brothers will do to you. They protect their women. Every other race of men is protecting their women except you. You're the only one that don't get it. You're the only one running around here like a damn fool, turning against your own women. And other races of men talk about that like, man, doesn't the black man knows that without the woman, he can't survive? I don't want to hear that shit about, well, without the man, she can't survive either. Oh, she most certainly can. And we have science to prove that. So my thing is, you're the only fools running around here that don't get it. You just don't get it. And for what it sounds like, and from what I see, you probably won't get it. And for those who sit up here and you say, well, not all black men and all that, well, let me explain something to you. It isn't all black men. But the black men who are the culprits, they are out here all over the place. They are all over social media. They're all in the media. they ring out all over the world. And they are making the rest of us look terrible. It's because you fools, it's because of you manners queers, you sissy bims, and black women don't trust black men. Hardly anymore. And why you think that is? Well, let's start with I'm going to keep going back to protection because protection is key with women. Whenever you're dealing with a woman, protection is key. If you cannot make her feel comfortable, you got no chance. If she's worried and freaked out about being harmed or whatever, you got no chance. You must first bring basic protection. If you cannot do that, you're not even fit to be a man to a woman. You're not fit. You're not fit to be a boyfriend. You're not fit to be a husband. Not fit to be a father. So some of you talking about, well, black women are choosing those men. Well, when you look at the environment, that's pretty much all that's in their environment. And the reason why they're all in the environment like that is because you aren't raising your boys properly. There should be an abundance of decent men in the environment that the black woman can choose from. She shouldn't have to go out of her environment to find a decent man. There should be plenty in the environment that she's nesting in. There should be plenty in the environment for her daughters. Same thing with good black women. You see, if you're doing your job as a good father, the mother would do her job as a good mother. See, one hand washes the other. So now you have two parents raising good children, raising decent children. And so when a black man goes outside his environment, there are good black women to choose from. So when the black woman goes out into her environment, there are good and decent black men to choose from. But you've allowed your environment to fall into ruin, and now it's corrupted, and it's very dangerous. And most of the men in the environment aren't worth two nickels to rub together. And that is because of you. That is because your failure as a leader and your colossal failure as a father. So those that have been talking about she's choosing no men, you're creating those men, just like you're creating single baby mamas. You see, you are the one that's at fault here, but you keep trying to pass the buck. You keep trying to get us to see elsewhere. Misdirection. You're trying to misdirect us somewhere else so that we won't see that you're an absolute failure and that you have no intention on behaving or acting like an adult. But you have every intention on being a sexual pervert in an overgrown child. That is where your interest lies. So you create all this smoke, the black woman, the black woman, the black woman, so you can sit in the background and not have to be accountable for holding a job, building resources, teaching your young boys, teaching your young girls, doing right by your woman, creating and building in your environment. So you create all of this. It's the black woman, it's the black woman smoke. Oh, it's the black woman, it's the black woman, it's the black woman. So while everybody's looking at the black woman, you can sit over there and play PlayStation. Not have a job. And don't have to be questioned about your irresponsibility when it comes down to taking care of your children. Let me explain something to you. As a man of integrity, I find it embarrassing that a man has to be taken anywhere and told about taking care of his children. That's an embarrassment. That's a badge of shame. That's nothing to be proud of. And you guys got the nerve to be out here on social media arguing about that shit. You know how bad that makes you look? Apparently you don't. You wear it like it's, oh, my baby mama taking me to child support court. Like there's some kind of fucking hero accolade. Says you guys walking around here like it's some shit. Man, my baby mama taking me to child support. I can't do nothing in the world because my baby mama taking me to child support. So, well, what you gonna do? Oh, I can't do nothing. I can't function. I can't get up in the morning. I can't do nothing. I don't know how to walk or talk anymore. I don't know how to breathe because my baby mama taking me to child support. So you use the black woman as an excuse to be inept, worthless, non-productive, and immature. And the black woman is your excuse to be all of these things. Now, I left a few things out like sexual deviant, pervert, stalker, murderer, killer. I left those things out. But you are using the black woman as an excuse to be an absolute piece of shit. You're using the black woman as an excuse to be non-productive. You're using the black woman as an excuse to be 40 years old with a 14-year-old mentality. We got 40-year-olds, 35, 36, 38, even some 50. And all you talk about is trying to have sex. Y'all so damn deprived of sex, that's all the hell y'all talk about. Y'all must have been the very unpopular kid in school that no girl wanted to be around. It's kind of like when you live with your parents, right? And you can't go into the refrigerator and open up a carton of juice and drink from the carton because your mama gonna smack you on the hand or smack you in the mouth and tell you that that's bad manners and that's something you shouldn't do. And so you can't wait to get out of the house just so you can get your own refrigerator and go to the store and buy a couple of cartons of orange juice and then take one out of the refrigerator and open it up and drink from it and say, yeah, mom, take that. That's the same mentality y'all have when it comes down to having sex. You haven't had any. The women don't want to be around you. So now you get on social media and that's all you talk about. And then you lie about how many conquests you've had. And so I guess you say to the black woman, yeah, take that. The reason why you don't have no high value man is because you ain't checking for me. You down with Pookie and Ray Ray. First of all, Pookie and Ray Ray, right? Pookie and Ray Ray aren't punks. I dare you to go say that shit in the face of Pookie or Ray Ray. I dare you to go up to a Pookie and Ray Ray and say some tough shit. Oh, we educated lames. Educated lames. The fuck is an educated lame? How the fuck can you be lame and educated at the same time? That's like being a chair and a banana. A broom and a wheel. A refrigerator and a go-kart. A gas station and a bicycle. Fuck are you talking about? Hey, Lady Night, come in for a second. Lady Night, come on in for a second. Am I coming through? Y'all put a one in the chat.
Hey, coming through clear.
Do me a favor. Look up the word lame and tell us the definition on there.
Lame. Okay.
Yeah. Since we want to be educated lames and shit.
Okay. Whew. All right. Okay. As an adjective. Okay. First definition, especially of an animal unable to walk without difficulty as a result of an injury or illness affecting a leg or foot.
So stop right there. So you were an animal and you send you some you're an educated lame. So basically you saying that you are a so-called smart person that couldn't walk?
Or
Sounds
his,
silly, doesn't it?
or his education has injured him.
Right. Okay, let's get to the other definition.
Okay. Of something intended to be entertaining. Okay. Definition number 2, unexpiring and dull.
Unexpired. Wait a minute, say it
Unexpi-
again.
Unexpiring and dull.
Uninspiring and dull. So you are willingly walking around here saying that, hey, I'm educated. I can say my ABCs, but I'm so uninspiring and I'm a dull human being. As if those are attractive qualities that women are looking for. So you say you're educated. Let me get this straight. By you saying educated first, does that brace us for the uninspiring and dull? Does that make us overlook the uninspiring and dull? Is that supposed to make the black woman say, well, you know what? He's uninspiring and dull, but he is educated. What's the next definition?
Okay. Of an explanation or excuse. Unconvincingly feeble.
Unconvincingly feeble. Feeble. So you're an educated, feeble-minded person. Let's switch gears then. Look up the word feeble. Let's get into that feeble for a minute. So you're an educated, feeble-minded, uninspiring, dull person. Boy, those sound like some serious attractive qualities for women. No wonder she's not checking for the educated lane.
Okay, you ready for feeble?
According to what we're digging up here, she should be running from the educated lane. Go ahead.
Okay. Feeble. Lacking physical strength, especially as a result of age or illness.
So you're weak. So you are an educated, uninspiring, dull, weak individual. And you got the nerve to sit there and talk about, well, black women ain't checking for me. Hey, Dame, you're a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
Yes.
Now I'm not a woman, so tell me, are those attractive qualities to be educated but uninspiring, dull, and weak?
No.
I mean, are you calling your best friend saying, hey, I just met this educated, uninspiring, very dull, and weak man, and I think he's the one. I think he's my soulmate. I
Mm-mm.
mean,
You
yeah,
shouldn't.
ladies in the chat. I mean, is that your soulmate? I mean, are you running to your friends talking about, oh, girl, I just met a educated, uninspiring, dull, and seriously weak man, and I believe he's my soulmate. Is that what you're running and telling your girlfriends?
Nope. Mm.
Is there another definition of feeble?
Yes, there is.
Lay it on
Um,
me.
lacking strength of character.
Wow. So, ladies, you are going to your girlfriends and you're saying, "Hey, I just met this great educated lame who's uninspiring. He's dull. He's seriously weak, and he lacks character. We hit it off well. I think he's my soulmate." Girl, you need to go get you one. Is that what y'all doing, ladies? Is that what going on? Anything else, Dane?
Let's see. Feeble. Okay. Failing to convince or impress.
Failing to convince and impress. So y'all run into your girlfriend saying you've met this incredibly great, educated lame who happens to be uninspiring, dull, physically weak, lacks character, and he can't convince me of a damn thing. I don't believe anything he says. But child, I think he my soulmate. Is that what y'all doing, ladies?
No.
How come y'all not checking for these educated lames? Because some of the things we just talked about here be the reason why you're not checking for educated. With shit like that, no wonder she checking for Pookie and Ray Ray. At least Pookie and Ray Ray can protect her. He may not be very well educated, but that doesn't mean he isn't smart. See, we keep thinking that education, because people don't have certain education, that they aren't smart. That's not true. I know people who don't have any public education and will run circles around you intellectually. I know people who educated themselves. I know guys who can build engines from scratch. They ain't never been to a damn school. So let's not get caught up in, well, he's educated, and so he must not be smart because he's not educated. It's a bunch of bull. Well, according to this educated lame stuff, shit, I'd rather be a Pookie and Ray Ray.
Yeah. One of
Shit,
the
I be walking
new.
around here, man. Don't call me no legend. I'm a Pookie.
Mhm.
Shit, fuck that. I'm a Ray Ray.
Uh-huh. One of the new ladies in the chat said feeble is the most apt is the most apt word to uh, encapsulate these males.
Yeah, definitely weak. I agree. I concur. So, ladies, you're supposed to be running after these educated lames. Damn. Is that what y'all doing now? I mean, damn. Shit. You need better off with the Pookies and the Ray Rays. Fuck that.
Well, that is one of their complaints that black women go for the Pookies and Ray Rays and don't look at the educated lames.
Unbelievable. Black women aren't checking for the Educated lanes. They checking for the Poogies and Ravens. You damn right they are. Because if they checking for the damn educated lane, they must be crazy. And so winding down to what I was saying about black men being committed to self-destruction, this all-out war against our women and children would only come back to hurt us. We're not hurting anyone but ourselves. The more women, and I don't understand, like, I wouldn't be with a guy, I wouldn't hang out with a dude that had a problem like that. The way he was always talking crazy about women and don't want to protect women. I don't hang around nobody like that. I don't have any friends like that. None of my friends talk or think like that. And we don't sit up here talking about some man, the black woman, man, she getting away with this, she getting away with that. She got a bad attitude. Man, we don't even care nothing about that. Real men understand women. We don't give a damn about what attitude she has. We care less about that. So you guys are so weak, right? A black woman can scare you off just by mean mugging you. She could be walking around with a mean mug, right? And you get scared. You wouldn't even talk to her. You wouldn't even run up to her and say nothing because you're scared. But that's how much of a sissy you are. You think a mean mug is some kind of, you know, some kind of act of great anguish or something. Like she gonna turn into Count Dracula or something on you, or a monster. That's often the best time to talk to some black women when they mean mug it. Because you could turn that mean mug into a smile. That's inviting to a lot of men. That's a challenge. Let me go put a smile on her face. That's not nothing. It's not something you should be deathly afraid of. Dang, take over for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And try to stay on topic, okay? Don't go up into these things. Okay. I'll be right back.
Yeah, they want submission but have built nothing and protect no one. What? What you mean? War on grandparents too? Oh my goodness. Uh-huh. Yeah, Max is one of a kind on these YouTube streets. Yeah. War on grandpa. Okay. So yeah, so they have named themselves, and and they don't want to give themselves the educated lane, and they be warring against Pookie and Ray Ray. The same that's where the black women don't choose well come into it, because always choosing the Pookie and Ray Ray, but they looking over the educated lane, the so-called good men. But shoots, as you talk to them more and more, you realize, they're not good men. They got some serious issues. Yeah, it's these educated lambs that's gone with the high value male and 6-figure niggas, Negroes. That's the ones that's sprouting all this stuff. Um, in the manosphere, they the main ones that be complaining about she don't choose me. Let's see. War on grandparents too. Did y'all hear about some rapper gang related grandparents were shot? Oh wait, gang related grandparents. or shot and killed. Then they burned the house down to cover it up. So were the grandparents in the game? Yeah, broken males with mommy issue, rejection issues, cause it's always about she didn't choose me. She come to me after she go through the Pookies and Ray Rays and all of that stuff. Yeah, even these ones aren't brave enough for a gang. I don't know where. I think down south. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up later. But yeah, they forming their gang. What you think that YouTube is? That YouTube is a game where they don't have to get into physical fights. Yeah. So this is perfect. YouTube is a perfect spot for them. They bullies on YouTube. They gang in YouTube. You know they jump you in. Let me see. And you can't leave them. If you leave the game, you're a traitor. And they'll do a YouTube a YouTube drive by. That means you be in their mix for back to back YouTube videos about yourself. Oh yeah. Yeah, and so yeah, they form they're a YouTube game. They're not a street game. They a YouTube game. Think about everything you think about as a think of in a game, and they are a part of it. Hmm. Yeah. So, mm, why do it matter about what we choose? They go around telling us they have options and all that BS. But anytime we choose somebody, they say it's the wrong one because it's not them. I'm telling you, if you was to choose one of them educated lames on YouTube, the other educated lames will go in on you that you chose badly and and all kind of crap. You didn't choose them. You pretty much have to choose. Yeah, then they do YouTube drive by in their ninja skirts. Yeah. So yeah. So trust me, even if you was to choose an educated lame out of the educated lame group of the manosphere, trust me, the other educated lame would be saying you chose wrong. You should have chose me, but you chose that Negro. He's a Pookie in disguise. He's a Pookie in educated lame clothing. And don't turn to me when he dogs you out. That's how crazed and jealous and deranged they are. I'm serious. I've actually seen it happen. Um, yeah. Why do you think they be fighting over some of these women? Oh, hello, black women's sisterhood. Okay. Well, just Miss Max he's talking about that black men are committed to self-destruction by the way they treat black women and their hatred for black women. They on a path to self-destruction. Hmm. And they committed to it even when they start to see that they're wrong or they need black women for something or another. You figure they will correct themselves and say they wrong? No, 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 no. Mm-mm. Yeah. So I was just stating, well, until Max come back, that that one of the ladies was saying why they worried about who we choose, and it doesn't matter who we choose. Somebody they say is the wrong one. That's because you didn't choose them. Okay, when they say you chose wrong, they see themselves as individual them. They don't see themselves as a group of educated lame. This fool tried to throw salt on me for not being married, bruh. You're 45, never married, and everyone knows he has at least 2 children. He doesn't claim, and he's hateful towards his mom. My son is 18. Okay. Oh yeah, the married thing. Yeah. They believe that if married, that the man would be in the household, but we all know, hey, men leave, men divorce. Shucks, I know men who are married now, they ain't in the house. They shucks in way in other states in some cases, or at the other end of the state. Not because hey, job dragged them there. No, it's because um they want to be as single, but they want to be able to say that they married, so no one would get them to marry them. You know, so the woman
Let's
know.
give a
Hmm.
let's give a shout out to some new people. Black Women's Sisterhood. How are you?
Hmm.
Is it just me? Podcast. How
Hmm.
are you? Glad y'all can make it. This is a haven for Black women. We protect our Black women here. Shout out to Yvette. We are lovers of Black women and children and Black people. We promote positive relations between Black men and Black women here, and we defend our Black women to no end here. And this is one place on YouTube that you will come to, and you will not see sisters being attacked here. We do not allow that here. We don't allow no one to even call a woman out of her name over here. Okay, so you won't find that nonsense here. So all of the women sisters who come here, you can relax and nest in this environment and enjoy yourselves and be yourselves. Okay, because we're not going to allow anyone to come in here and attack you, pick fights with you, or call you out of your name. We don't play that here. So glad you guys can be with us. Hope you continue to come and support us, and we'll continue spreading the love and doing what we do. Isn't that right, Lady Knight?
That's right. Hmm.
So, what do you think of the rant, Lady Knight? You know, it was. Give me your take on it.
Okay, is it was it was dead on. Um, that they they're tr- they are so determined in their self destruction, with them separating themselves from the black woman, and that.
Well, my thing is the
Mhm.
sissy bims who are going their own way. I wish they would hurry up. Like, what are y'all waiting for? Why y'all still around here? We don't want you here. Go your own way and get out of here.
Mhm.
That's for the maniqueers. You guys are sniffing each other's butts. Y'all can go do that over there. Leave our Black women alone. Okay? We'll protect our Black women. We don't need you guys here. I tell you, as a Black man, I've never ran into these kinds of Black males. And coming out of the 60s, I've never seen anything like this. I was talking to you in the back chat before, and I said, even talking to my brothers and my friends that I grew up with, we don't know what this is. We've never seen Black men like these. We have no idea what this is. We don't know, like, we think we do have our suspicions as to what's behind it, but it's definitely something that we haven't encountered before. This is some new type of breed of male that's out here that's all messed up, all screwed up. And then you have older brothers who are bitter and bitter mad at their woman. You see, let me explain something to you fellas. This is why you love your women and you do right by your women, because a lot of times women deal with a lot of stuff that we're going through as men. Some of us work hard. We may have ailments. We may have a sore knee or messed up elbow or whatever. Women are capable of unconditional love. They can love you past all that. And if you're jacked up, and you're not as mobile as you used to be and you can't do what you used to be, but you still have a black woman there loving you and you screw that up, you should be mad, because now it's going to be hard for you to find another one that's going to put up with all that stuff that you've gone through. You see, when you are in a situation where you're not at your best and you still find a black woman that's willing to accept that and love you through that anyway, okay, and then you start messing that up and then she's gone, yeah, you should be angry because you screwed it up. You found a woman that's going to love you through all your pain, your ailments, and dealing with you crying because your knees hurt. And you've been listening to these stories about you worked for 100 years and you ain't got nothing to show for it or whatever. And she's still there listening and still willing to give you a hug and kiss and lay with you. And you messed that up, you should be angry. But you shouldn't be angry at her. You should be angry at yourself. See, a lot of you are very irresponsible. And because the irresponsibility is so bad that it's embarrassing, you guys want to blame black women for it. Oh, it's a black woman's fault that I'm irresponsible. It's the black woman's fault that I'm 40 years old and all I like to do is play video games and don't work. It's the black woman's fault that I haven't had a job in 10 years and ain't looking. It's the black woman's fault. All this black woman smoke, it's just a shield. It's just a smoke screen to hide the fact that you guys are bums, to hide the fact that you are failed leaders and you are absolutely the worst fathers. Now, of course, this is not all black men. There are black men out there who are great fathers. I have a good friend of mine named Sharon who's an absolute super dad. But you guys, the ones who are the hit dogs who are doing all the hollering, you are terrible fathers and terrible husbands and boyfriends. That's why all of y'all are grouped together howling and screaming about women. That's why y'all sending each other topless pics. What heterosexual men send each other topless shirt pics? These dudes are on social media taking their shirt off, talking about, yo, take your shirt off, dude. Let me see what you working with. What? I mean, they sound like they're doing, yo, that dude ugly. Yeah, he ugly, man. He don't look good at all. That's an ugly dude. How do you know? So they taking their shirts off and taking topless pics and all of that, sending them to each other. You know, they're on that jailbird shit. You know how dudes used to come home and send pictures from jail, the way they posting up to a wall. You got one dude standing in the middle with his arms folded. You got one dude next to him trying to look hard. You got some dude that's always crouching. You know what I'm saying? He always way down there at the floor crouching and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's super cool. And that's what these guys are doing. They send pics to each other. Man, I don't want to see no pictures of no damn dudes. See, all of this stuff is suspect, man. Y'all sending pictures to each other. You got guys over there asking dudes how big they are when it comes down to their penis size. All they do is talk about penises over there. Always got a man's penis in their mouth. Always talking about phalluses. They ain't never talking about no women unless they trying to say black women are the worst women on earth. Black women are the least desired. How can the black woman be the least desired and she's the mother of civilization? Why don't you tell that to the Chinese who are trying to replenish their race through the African woman? Surely they don't believe the black woman is the least desired. I mean, they're marrying those African women up over there like it's going out of style. Other races of men are running to black women now because they want their children to have a chance. You got these light colored races, right, want their children to be shielded from the sun. You can only get that with the black woman. You can only get that with melanin. You understand what I'm saying? So you guys over there talking about each other's phalluses, and you call that masculinity. You know what? I'm starting to. I don't think I want to identify with masculinity anymore because you guys done made that take on a whole new meaning now. I mean, y'all over there wearing women's apparel, um, talking about doing each other in the butt, conversating about each other's phalluses, taking topless pics and sending them to each other, and y'all calling that masculine. I don't know if I want to. I don't think I want to be associated with that no more. I don't want to be associated with masculine no more. And then you homo thugs over there swear you tough, talking about you alpha males. How you going to be a coward and be an alpha male? Alpha males aren't cowards. So how are you an alpha male and you're a coward? And then again, you can't get back to the people you really should be getting back at, which are the white boys. You're scared of them. Scared of them. Don't want to have no. Don't want no smoke. Don't want none of that white gas. Don't want it. You don't want that white gas. You don't want that white. You don't want that white steam. And so you want to be bullies to your women. I said before, as black men, we are protectors of our women and children, not murderers. We don't murder our women. We don't murder our children. And the black men who are doing this, they need to be dealt with. Our women are under attack. And it's not by white boys here in the hood. They're under attack by other black men. And so the ones who sit up here and say, well, why don't you talk about the black women doing it? Man, do you really want to go there? Y'all really don't want to go up against the black woman in the receipt category, do you? I'm gonna let you know ahead of time. That's something you don't want to do. I'm gonna give you a heads up. You got no win there. Hey, Dan, what was that song Michael Jackson sung in the Wiz? You can win. If you think that you can take the black woman on with receipts, you can't win. There's no way in hell you are going to win that battle. I mean, you can't defeat her on no receipts about anything. Don't even get me started on swirling because black men are super swirlers. You swirl more than any other race of men on this earth. On earth. You swirl more than any other men in the whole world. You don't want to go after the black women with no receipts. She's got too many of them against you. It's almost laughable that you want to have a receipt battle with the black woman. That is some kind of joke, isn't it? You don't want to do that. You don't want to go tit for tat with her. You can hang that shit up. All this crazy shit that y'all doing to black women and children out here now, and you want to try to go receipt for receipt with the black woman about behavior and who's doing what to whom, man, you better, you don't want that. You don't want that. As a friend, oh wait a minute, I'm not your friend. I'm only friend of real black men, and I only work with real brothers. I ain't no friend of no sissy bam or anything like that. But y'all, nah, man, you can't handle that. You don't want that. And that bogus rhetoric that y'all speak about child support and the black mother is raising the boys and they're crazy. And you're trying to say that that's because of the experience that the boys are having with their mother. No, it's because of the experiences that they don't have with the father. They have no experiences with the father. So you can't blame. Listen, here's the deal. Here's where y'all logic is all messed up. You get a black woman pregnant, and then you try to blame her for getting pregnant. When in fact, if you didn't want a child, you should have pulled out. Don't hand me no excuse about the condom broke or the condoms are not always foolproof. Yeah, we got all that. So you know what you can do? Pull out. When you are doing the hookah chuka, the mumbo jumbo, the ba da da da, the da 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 da, the dun da 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 da, and you're about to go boo boo boo, pull out. Pull out. So after you done got this woman pregnant and everything, now you're gonna sit there talking about, well, I ain't trying to be no father. So you figure because you said you ain't trying to be no father, that somehow magically makes you not the father. No, you're still the father. I don't give a damn how much you say, well, I don't want to be a father to the child. You're still the father. That child still carries your DNA. You're still the father. And you saying you don't want to be the father is not going to change that. You are still obligated to take care of that child. And because you don't want to, you blame the black woman and say, well, I told you I didn't want to be a father. As if she can somehow magically make your fatherhood disappear. Maybe she can click her heels together like Dorothy and say, abracadabra, make his fatherhood go away. She can't do that. So you can tell her you don't want to be a father all you want. It's not going to change anything. You are still the father. And so now you want to say, well, you can't blame it on the fathers because they weren't there. Well, that's exactly the reason why you can blame it on the fathers, because they wasn't there. I can't believe y'all going around saying that. You can't blame it on the fathers because the fathers aren't there. They weren't there. They aren't there. But we can, because you aren't there. We can most certainly blame it on you. I mean, I don't know if y'all saying that as a joke, or tell me you don't actually mean that. Tell me you don't actually believe that. Hold on one second here. Let me get something. So, Lady Dame, are you there?
Yeah, I'm reading. I'm reading. Is it just me? They score 3 times more than we do. They're sad. And then she goes, why don't they compare themselves with the dominant society? Worry about what the dominant society is doing and compete with them and not black women. And then she goes, preach. And then her next thing is, no, no, no. But then they say we're supposed to make them wear a condom. She got that all in caps with exclamation marks. They want us to control their sexual organs for them too? Shaking my effing head. It never ends.
But that is the mentality of a little boy. See, a little boy wants mommy to take care of him all the time. You know, what do you call that when the boy is infatuated sexually with the mother? Is that called, what is that called? Is that called, there used to be a name. Is that an Oedipus complex?
I think
Where
so.
the, where the boy thinks he's his mother's boyfriend or some shit?
Let me
Is that,
see.
is
Let me see if I
that an
can
Oedipus
find it.
complex?
Because
So a lot of these guys, yeah, I think
to
it's
me,
called an
that's
Oedipus
illegal.
complex. See, a lot of these guys got Oedipus complex. That's because they think the girl, the black woman is their mother. Every black woman is their mother because they have the mentality of a little boy. So they're sexually infatuated with their mothers. And so every black woman that they see, they view as their mother, and they feel that they can behave like a child, and you're supposed to be okay with it. You're supposed to be okay with raising a grown ass man. Now, I don't know how the hell you do that. I don't know how the hell you raise an adult. One that's already a goddamn adult. I don't know how you re-raise. I mean, I don't know what that takes. But apparently, they want you to raise them all again or treat them like they are young boys. And so, if you fall into that trap of treating them like young boys, then they come back at you and say, "Well, you treat me like a boy, so you can't expect me to be responsible. So therefore, everything is on you." See, it's a trap. You fall into the immaturity of what they are displaying, then they can turn around and say, well, it's not our fault because we're boys and you treat us like boys. You don't give us respect as men. You treat us like boys. And so boys are responsible. You can't blame boys for their behavior because they're boys. And so they actually believe that you cannot blame them for their behavior, nor can you hold them accountable and say that they're irresponsible because they have the mentality of a teenager and you brought in hook, line, and sinker and start to treat them like that, effectively mothering them, if you will, which is something that all black women should stay away from. You run into some dude talking about some mommy shit, you need to keep it moving. If a guy, I'm going to tell you right, you see, here's the deal. A lot of you sisters are very loving, right? And you're not as hard on black men as you should be. And I get it because some of you are very sweet and very kind. I've seen y'all do a lot of loving things for black brothers. I've seen it. And I know that y'all know that we're going through it. And some of y'all feel sorry for us and you're trying to help us regardless of the fact. But I'm going to say something to you. You're going to have to practice some tough love. If a man don't have a job, then that's it. There should be no conversation. If he wants to talk to you, then he will have to earn it by going to get a damn job. Make him be a man right off the bat. Don't let no dude come crawling to you talking about some mommy. Don't let your heart get in the way. Some of you do. And that's okay because you're loving people. I get all of that. Not blaming you for that. I will never, it's like I said before, We cannot blame women for being women. That's retarded. That's like blaming a tiger for being a tiger, or blaming a cat for being a cat. We don't blame women for being women. Okay? But sometimes y'all enable a lot of brothers and y'all have to cut it out. You got to start throwing that tough love out there. If you meet a brother and he charming or whatever and you like him, but dude ain't employed, I'm sorry. You need to make him be, if you really like him, then make him be a man. Say, look, I like you and everything, but I can't handle this. You ain't working or nothing like that. I need resources. Relationships need resources. Tell them straight. Hey, if we're gonna get into a relationship, we're gonna need resources. You're going to have to provide resources. I can't get in a relationship with you and you ain't providing no resources. I'm not trying to struggle with you. And that's perfectly fine to say. That's not being harsh. That's not being mean. Not being mean. That's being real. That's being honest. That's being truthful. That's what that is. Nothing mean about that. You tell that nigga, look, you're going to have to go get a job. If we're going to be anything or even start anything, I'm going to need you bringing in resources if this relationship is going to work. It's not working without resources. Yes, love is great, but even love needs to be sustained with resources. If you ain't bringing no resources to the table, I can't do nothing for you. I mean, I can wave at you every now and then and say hello, but that's about it. I ain't got nothing. I can't do nothing for you. Make him be a man right off the bat. Do not accept some dude coming to you on his knees, because if a man coming to you and he can support himself, he is on his knees. And you have to tell him, look, don't work. Now, I understand sometimes brothers fall on hard times, okay? And there are some legitimate reasons why brothers don't have. But even they still have to get out there and find their way as a man. I didn't always have, I fell on some hard times myself. And I had to dig deep and find a way. That's what men do. That's all a part of being a strong man. You ain't gonna always be at your best. Ain't nobody trying to give you anything. And sometimes you're gonna be up against it. You got to dig deep and find your way back on your feet. And that's not a cold-blooded thing. That's not a hard thing. That's a real thing. So this dude come, you talking about something, well, no, I ain't working, and, I'm between jobs and all that, and this and that. Between jobs, have you decided to take one of them? Come back when you've actually took one of the damn jobs. Well, some guy coming talking about, well, I'm between jobs right now. Between jobs? What the hell does that mean? Do you have a job or not? Well, no, not at the current moment. Not at the currently moment, I don't. Well, you need to currently go get one. And holler at me when you actually got one.
Okay. All right. That happens from time to time, ladies. He gets in a bad area and the signal drop because he's working as he's on here. He's not one of them guys that their work is YouTube thing. He has a job. So Yeah, so yeah, I guess we got to be accountable about enabling them, or as he and we got to not be afraid of the word gold digger. Okay, we got to the point where we got afraid of the word gold digger and stuff like that. So if they call us a gold digger, okay, well now you know what I am. Don't come back until you got some gold in hand. We gotta stop worrying about how they see us, how they feel about us. That's part of the problem of the name. We worry about somebody we barely know or just met opinion that they might think we're a gold digger. Okay, if he thinks we're a gold digger, maybe he'll stay away. Uh-huh. Says they don't want no gold digger. Yeah, they are like petulant children. When our children fall down, get hurt, they know that we're right there next to them, but they have to also know that they have to get back up on their own. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And what we seen in YouTube is a bunch of spoiled children having a temper tantrum because they didn't get what they want. If I have to dig for gold, then you're not the one. Yeah, uh huh. Yeah, because obviously there's no gold in you if she got to go digging for it. Uh huh.
I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. I had a phone call.
Yeah, spoiled toddlers, exactly.
Yeah, and
And
I can you hear me?
oh yeah, uh huh.
Yeah, I had a phone call. Yeah, and so I agree with it is just me. Right. Stop enabling these boys. If you want a man, right? If the guy that you like is lacking, the best thing you can do for him, if you really care about him, is push him out into the street and don't give him nowhere to go. Lock your door. You can't come live here. I know that may sound harsh, but trust me, you're actually helping him. When you look at birds, right, baby birds, and it's time for them to fly, what does the mother do? She throw them out the nest. And if he falls to his death, oh well. It's time to kick these dudes out the nest. You don't get to come in the nest unless you are providing for that nest. That nest needs resources. And the next, I heard somebody say gold digger. The next time somebody call you a gold digger, you say, you damn right. You damn right. Because they want to call you a gold digger because you're looking for a man with resources, then you damn right. Be proud of it because you ain't doing nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with you wanting a man that's able to provide resources. What woman wants to struggle in a relationship? If you love your man, you don't want to struggle with somebody you love. Relationships need resources. That's all to it. So they want to call you a gold digger because you're looking for a strong man with resources, then say you damn right. And they're probably saying that because they can't produce resources. Men who could produce don't even talk or think like that. We don't think about no women as no gold diggers. We can produce. We know what it takes to maintain a relationship, a home. We know that you need resources. So you ain't gonna hear the real men talking about, oh, well, she a gold digger. That's these dudes who can't produce. That's these non-productive dudes. They on that bullshit. Real men ain't on no shit like that. Now, if you get with a woman all right, and you are providing resources, and she's absolutely out of control with spending and seems to be uh, careless with her spending and spending all of the money up every time you turn around. If you love her, check to see if she got some kind of habit. If that ain't the case and she's just money hungry, she on something like that, then you might want to let her go. Because her doing all of that is actually hurting the relationship. But for a woman who's just looking for a man to have resources, ain't nothing wrong with that. If they're calling you a gold digger for that, say you goddamn right. And that'll keep the non-productive niggas away from you. Because real men don't see it that way. Okay? But there is a such thing as some women going too far with spending money. You know, and they spend money with no regard. But usually that's young girls. A seasoned woman don't get down like that because a seasoned woman understands what it is. And if her man is providing like that, she ain't gonna be overly spending or anything like that. Women are very, very careful about finances because women think about disasters more than men do. Women don't want to get put out on the street. And they ain't trying to, be without a home. They ain't trying to do none of that. So they're very careful with finances. So 9 times out of 10, when you find some girl that's offbeat with money like that, that's usually some young girl. It's very rare you see a seasoned woman in her 30s on some shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? That's very rare. You might have 1 or 2 of them, but it's very rare a seasoned woman, okay, is going to act like that. Now, these little young girls, they may be on some shit like that, okay? But a seasoned woman, an older woman, a woman in her 30s and up, no, they don't even get down like that. They're very, very cautious. They're very cautious, and they're very careful because women think about shit like getting put out on the street. They ain't trying to get put out on no damn street. They think about that. That's why most women are always after you about saving. They're always after you. Save. And it's good when you have a woman like that because she keeps you on your toes. She keeps you straight. Because if you ain't saving nothing and something happened and y'all out on the street, you're going to wish you were saving. And see, a lot of you guys think that whenever a black woman opens up her mouth, it's something negative coming out. It's not. Why don't you try listening sometime? They only tell us things that can help us. Unless you got a woman that's a manipulator. But that's up to you to recognize the type of woman that you're with. If I know that this woman is manipulative, I'm not going to mess with her. I'm going to keep it moving. But because I found out that she was a manipulator, I'm not going to go and get a damn bullhorn talking about black women ain't shit. Because I found this one black woman who was a manipulator. I don't like black women. I hate black women because I met this one black woman who tried to manipulate me. So therefore, all black women ain't shit. Who does that? So sisters, going forward, like I was saying, if you like a brother and he ain't doing what he's supposed to do, don't mess with him until he get it together. Let him know straight, look, I can't do nothing for you. You're not producing anything. I understand love is a real thing, but you got to also be practical about how you deal with guys and get in the relationship with guys. Especially brothers. If they not producing, if they on some PlayStation shit, leave them alone. Leave them alone. You will save yourself a world of hurt. If he's serious about you or whatever, make him prove it. Make him be a man first. See, when I was growing up, Whatever the women wanted, that's what we was all about. Like you had to stay in school when I was growing up because a girl wouldn't talk to you if you were truant. If you didn't go to class, the girls wouldn't talk to you because as soon as you went up there and said something to them, hey, how you doing? My name is Roger. Hey, Roger, what class are you in? Who's your homeroom teacher? Oh, well, I got Miss. Oh, I know Miss So and So. That broke the ice. If you couldn't have that conversation with them, they wouldn't even fuck with you. Oh, you're not in school? You? Oh no, I can't mess with you. No, no, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, black women had standards back then. Their mothers taught them that they had standards. If you weren't in school, you couldn't get no play. That's why a lot of dudes hung out at the school, and even if they didn't go to school, they hung around the damn school, so girls can see them at least hanging around the damn school. Okay, and so black women have to go back to having standards, and don't be afraid to have tough love on these guys. Don't be afraid. Straight up. Hey, if he's not producing, look, I can't do nothing for you. I like you and everything. You seem to be cool, but you ain't got no job. What you gonna do for us? You can't do nothing. You ain't producing nothing. I'm sorry, but I can't do nothing for you without no resources.
Okay. All right. I'm about to start a life entitled it a lot. Go tick. Okay. Yeah, you're gonna have every suspend manosphere over there. You better have some moderators to help troll the trolls coming through. Okay, I think you think the manosphere is doing a good job identifying the generous for us. Sure. They don't even realize it, and it's sad. Women, you don't find one high value man. You won't find one high value man in manosphere. Huh. That's what I said. I don't believe. That's why I think they're lying at. Yeah, 6-figure dudes and stuff like that. That all came out. I remember being on one panel. One guy kept talking about. Let me see. What was it? 150,000. I was like, what is it with your fixation with 150,000? Are you trying to ask if that my whole price or something? But anyway, um, yeah, well, yeah. The only thing is they tend to hide behind Avatar. But if you want to listen to them, to identify their voices. So if you are out in the world, you hear somebody that sound like, wait a minute, that voice sound familiar. Hey, that sound like that Manosphere dude. Oh, skip him. Mm-hmm. Or that sound like that Sissy Ben dude. Oh, skip him. All right. Yeah. Yeah, cowards, and they like to play dress up. They on a constant Halloween. They want to be avatars that they present. Whether they are Star Wars, Star Trek, the Marvel universe, of course. That's the new thing. Yeah, yeah. And yep. So they little boys. Well, actually, in some cases, because they got sex on the brain, I think they're more like teenager boys. still boy enough to still teenage boy. I mean, still little boys enough to play video games, play with toys, dressed up in costumes. But you add the additional element that they sex crazed, and that's how they, when it comes to females, that's how they think of them. They think with that head, and when it don't work, something got to be wrong with her. Oh, nothing can't be wrong with him. Yeah. So me and Max be like, why are they got so many women listening to these dudes? They overgrown teenage boys. They just seem to drop off after a while. Some of them are at work. The most promiscuous, but they chastise black women for having children. How come they don't chastise their fellow black men for having all these kids too? Be like, man, stop having kids. Yeah, I keep trying to tell them you not plan on having any more kids. Get a vasectomy. Uh, every black male cringe at that. Yeah. Uh-huh. Wear a freaking condom. Yeah, it makes sense. Or they got those that got common sense when it comes to, using condoms, ensuring that they don't have any more kids, uh, um, and all that stuff, but they have no common sense in other things. They say stupid stuff that shows either how cowardly they are or how much not a man that they are. Stuff like uh if there's a noise in the night, why I gotta go downstairs to investigate? Why can't she go downstairs since she heard it? I was like, you're the man. You're supposed to go downstairs. So you gonna cowardly butt gonna stay in the bed and gonna send your woman downstairs to confront who knows what. Or there's all kind of other stupid things that they said over the years. Some of it be twisted. I swear they twist themselves in the pretzel to somehow find a way to blame black women. Um, let's see. Okay, they confused. They want women to keep their legs closed, but open up their legs when they dating them. Something like that. Um, and oh, it's madness over the years. Stuff I've seen, and also the married guys. Yeah, stuck in the teenage mindset, complete degenerates and cowards. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Oh, and then they're the most promiscuous, but worry about our body count. Yeah, you figured they wouldn't worry about our body count. Hey, we having sex with you. Some woman out there had sex with them because they wouldn't be crying about child support otherwise. Or some crazy woman married them or is involved with them. Got to worry about some of them women's self-esteem, or are they the women don't want to admit they made a bad choice. Maybe they're not holding them accountable. Or they one of the women that I got a man. The women I got a man. You can't talk because I got a man. What you have? So any man to do, cause you got a man. They stop maturing after 8 years old. Had guys tell me I need to put out if we go on a date. The first date, yeah. I was shocked. He had the nerve to fix his own mouth to say that garbage to me. Yeah. And of course, we know the guys that monitoring what you ordering, because if you ordering something expensive, that means you're gonna be putting out. Nope, that usually means I got the money in my pocket to pay for it, and you come out with that bull crap. I'm gonna go pay for my food and walk out. Yep. So those of us that know, always order what you can afford, that you got, that you brought with you. Of course, bring your own money. Uh, and they start making that noise. Uh, I'm paying for my food and I'm gone. Yeah. Of course, them knuckleheads, they don't tell you before the date, because they know you're gonna walk out. They gonna wait till after you made the order, the food is on the way, or you just took the first bite. That's how no good and sneaky and liar they are. They are liar by omission. They know if they go up to a woman and say, okay, look, I don't want to know too much about you, just that I'm just interested in the sex. Just sex. No, and that's it. I'm not trying to be nobody's husband, father, man, none of that. You're just going to hit it and quit it. She will walk away from him, and before he even finished that whole sentence I just said, out. They don't tell the woman, like, say, they go on the first day. Okay, just so you know that the more expensive the date, the more I expect that you signaling to my mind, you signaling to me that you're gonna put out, you're gonna give it up. He knows not to tell that to her, because she'll walk out before he finished that. If she don't outright slap him. No. He's gonna wait till she placed the order. Ain't gonna say nothing. Gonna wait till the order comes in front of her. Still ain't gonna tell her nothing. Wait till either she takes the first bite or halfway through the meal. More likely halfway through the meal, and be like, you do know, I'm gonna expect you to put out. Then again, them dudes they expect you to put out for a cup of coffee. I remember my cousin telling me, because my mom was telling some younger friends, and younger friends of hers, and me, and friends of ours, about, uh don't don't be dealing with no dudes that expect you to put out, and stuff like that. And my cousin said, shoot, all dudes expect you to put out, expect you to put out for a happy meal, or was it a McDonald's burger or something like that. And it's like, no. There are good men out there. Um, and it's like, never had a man tell me expect me to put out because he brought me dinner, or pay for a meal. And she was like, where are these men at? And I'm like, they're around. But okay, so yeah, it's part of it. Yeah, they're so sad and pathetic. Disrespect is their
Okay, I'm back.
purview. It's like part of their game. Yep.
Want to
Hey,
say shout out to Karis Jones for the Cash App. Appreciate the Cash App. Thank y'all for supporting the Ebony Star Network. We're going to continue to grow together as we get to know one another. We're going to keep putting out content, me and Lady Knight. We got some changes coming up as we'll be starting a new channel sometime in the middle of this year. The Power Network will be coming up. And we got some new shows we're going to be putting on there. As we are bringing Night Dreams to the Ebony Star Network. And that is a show that's focused on Black love only. Me and the Dane will start that show up, but we will not remain with that show until we find two other hosts for that show. Me and Dane will do that show because we have other projects that we're working on. We got his and hers. I mean, we got a couple of things that we're doing. So, we really appreciate the Cash App and any support that people give us here. But we're about to wind down here. Usually I would put the link in the chat at this moment, but we're getting ready to wind it down. So me and Dane, we're getting ready to close it out because I got to get some sleep. Unless Dane wants to continue, because she don't have to go to sleep, but I have to get some sleep. I got to get up and roll tonight, so I'll leave you guys in the hands of the Lady Knight. If she wants to put the link out or go further, she can. Hold on one second.
well,
Yeah, American Josie, that's what I know what it is. I come from that era of no excuses. The men were the leaders, the absolute leaders. My father was a leader and a strong father and a husband. And he was powerful in the community. I grew up seeing that, and so I know what it takes. These guys can't tell me anything. I know where the fault lies. They can't tell me, well, it's black women's fault. No, I don't want to hear that. It's your fault. You are the leaders. This is on you. And like I told them before, the only thing that's going to clean this up, black men have to clean this up. The black woman didn't create this. You created it. And so it's your mess to clean up. Hey, what's up, saying ain't so? So, with that being said, I have to take my leave, y'all. I have to roll tonight, so I got to get a couple hours sleep. So, Dame, I will leave y'all in the hands of the Lady Knight, and I will say good night to y'all. Peace, power, and unity. Dame, I'll holler at you later on in the back. I got to get some sleep.
okay.
All right.
All right. Barry. Bean. Okay, Barry. Yeah. All lives matter. Yeah. But that's a white talking points to negate Black Lives Matter. So you got 5 seconds to remove that off of here, or I will be kicking you out. Because it sounds like a white supremacist talking point as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Because I just told you why. Ah, opinions? Okay. So, all right. I gave you my warning. Thank you. All right. Yep, troll alert once again. Okay, ladies. I was actually planning on leaving it out. I do have the link in the chat in case y'all do want to talk. Eh, opinion. So what? Because Black lives don't matter. Black just because it say Black lives matter does not mean that it negates every other life. Just right now, for the last 400 years, or we could go for the last, nope. Let's just say last 400 years, last 100 years, whatever. Black lives did not seem to matter to the larger society. And it's still going on that black men, women, and children are being killed by police officers, and these police are not being held accountable. They are let go. So, as far as we're concerned, it's Black Lives Matter. It's kind of obvious that all lives matter. Okay, Santa Claus, it's time for you to go. We're not even playing that game. Okay. All right. Cause it ain't Christmas time, and I believe you saying another phrase. Okay. I don't care. We don't care if they give us a thumb down. That's all on them. Um. Yeah, I kick Santa Claus out. I don't care. It ain't Christmas time, so those kind of H words are not allowed up in here. So, all right. So the trolls will come out. That Max is gone. The one lonely troll probably was like 30 accounts have different names. It's so sad and pathetic. Yeah. I should linger on. It's been a while since I tried my backhand with my troll paddle. Hmm? Was he a good man? Yeah. You think he was innocent? What you think he's guilty of? To ask if he was innocent is to imply that he was guilty of something. Uh no matter what he done or did not do, he did not deserve to die. Yeah. Um. Okay. So he was a convicted criminal. That means he done his time for his crime. So that negates your point. Hey, he didn't kill nobody. So he did not deserve to die. Did he? They should have just handcuffed him, put him in jail. Yeah. Did he kill her? Did he do time for it? Okay, y'all. Y'all can go ahead and knock the troll out if y'all want. Cause I ain't never heard he held the woman gunpoint. But hey, my question is, did she die? Okay, you're not answering. Did she die? Did he actually shoot her? It says you said he held a pregnant woman at gunpoint. Did he shoot her? Oh, that was her answer. She didn't
Okay,
answer.
listen, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, listen, mods, time to take the guns out, start shooting. Okay, just get some people up out of here. All right, we don't play this over here. This is not a place for trolls.
Mm-hmm.
You want to troll, go somewhere else. We have a zero tolerance for trolls. So, mods, handle your business. Get these trolls out of here.
Oh yeah, they got rid of her. Oops again. Guess not. Okay. Yeah. They still trying to make criminalize the victim.
Now, what you're trying to do is excuse what the cop did to him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a white woman.
Oh, okay. Here comes her husband or her fake husband.
Bullying.
Well, how is asking a question a bully? Oh, you apologize for racist behavior? Okay, then. Bye bye, Trevor. Time to go. Skedaddle.
Yeah, this is not a place for. Where are they coming from?
I don't know. They could have been in the clouds. One gave them a thumb down. Or it's our title is tracking them for some reason. Okay. Now he wants to beat up on his wife. Okay, we gotta go. Okay, Trevor, I had enough for you. Okay.
Okay, mods.
Mhm.
Some of y'all seem to be gun shy. Let's get those guns firing.
Okay. Yeah. Morris, Anthony, these people are sick.
Does Morris Anthony have a wrench?
No, he don't have a wrench.
Give him a wrench. Hold on, let me see.
Mm.
Let me give Morris Anthony a wrench. Morris, I'm gonna give you a wrench. You see a troll, get rid of him. And dang, don't be on too long. We want to shut it down. I gotta talk to you in the back chat.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Okay. So, I lost my train of thought dealing with trolls. I know I'm ignoring them, but being I was a moderator for a long time, so my job was to pay attention to them for a while. Their Morris, their world is crashing, trying to survive due to their struggle genes. All right, Morris, you wrenched. All right, all right, y'all. So, okay, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. Remember, ladies' night. New time is 6 o'clock Eastern time. I hear. I'll let y'all later on Saturday. Peace, power, and unity, everybody.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5, bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. You know, shoot the game, going for mine. Alright. And this is the year when mad cats get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the reel. Bang him out. With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet, bro. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low, listen, motherfucker thing. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, cokies cooking, beats copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid. Caught up in a ditch.